So, your girl, Angel Reese, is she a villain or is she a victim? Let's talk about it.
I love Brotha T.
How you doing? This is Terry Wilson, aka yo boy Brotha T, here with another one. So I'd like to thank you and welcome to the new life tree, where we like to give you little pine cones of wisdom for your motivation and mental health. If you don't know what that is, stick around, stay on the channel, you'll get it. Remember, I don't know everything, but I might know a lot of things.
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
So today we're going to talk about Angel Reese, and we have a question for you. Is she a victim or is she a villain? Now, I have to set it up. So Angel Reese is a very good basketball player, collegiate basketball player, at least as of right now. She's playing for the LSU Tigers. So she might be jumping to the WNBA pretty darn soon. But as of right now, she still plays for LSU. Now, last year, we have to go back to last year, she was in the national championship game against Iowa Hawkeyes and their star, Caitlin Clark, who's the closest thing to Steph Curry I ever seen, man or woman. This is facts. So, what happened last year? It was a great game. Things were going on. Caitlin got cooking. LSU got cooking. Angel Reese did her thing. LSU pulls the game out. Now, after the game, because of some of the antics in the game, Angel Reese was painted as a villain. They looked at some of her antics on the court. Then they start looking back at the season. Some of the things she does. She taunts certain players. She does certain things. She trash talks. That's part of the game. But sometimes it seems like she goes a little overboard. They caught her, doing things on the court that was a little extra. Just a little extra. After that year, after the championship, they went through the full basketball year this year being the villains of the NCAA women's whatever you want to call it. And they embraced it. She even sat down and did an interview where she embraced it and said the team embraces the villain role. Now, fast forward to the tournament this year. Very good tournament. I only watched snippets of a few games, but it was good snippets, right? and in the Elite Eight, they met up with Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes. It's not for the championship this time. This is for the right to go to the Final Four. So what happens? Caitlin Clark got cooking, y'all. She cooked them and she cooked them. She might as well put a chef hat on because she was cooking and she did her Steph Curry thing. Yes, I did see the game and they had no answer for her. Angel played good in the game, but she didn't play good enough to beat Caitlin and the Iowa Hawkeyes. After, in the press conference, now Angel is sitting there and with Flau'jae Johnson. I hope I said her name right. And I forget the young lady's first name, but Van Leith. It's Van Leith or Van Leith. She's a good player. She's a good defender too. And they're sitting there in a press conference, and then this happens.
Both ends.
Bro, let me tell you something. Everybody can have their opinion on Angel Reese, but y'all don't know her. Like, y'all don't know Angel Reese. I know Angel Reese. I know the real Angel Reese. And the person I see every day is a strong person. Is a caring, loving person, bro. The crown she wears is heavy, bro. The media, y'all, how they like to twist and call her a villain and all of that, y'all don't know Angel, bro. And I'm just happy that I get to play with her. I get to be around her presence. Her energy is different.
I don't really get to stand up for myself. I mean, I have great teammates. I have a great support system. I got my hometown. I got my family that stands up for me. I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time. I just want to always just know, like, I'm still a human. Like, all this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day, I haven't had peace since then. Keep being who you are. Keep waking up every day. Keep being motivated, staying who you are, staying 10 toes, don't back down, and just be confident.
Now, this set the internet on fire. Some people defending Angel Reese and those comments, and some people lighting into her and saying, hey, you're the villain, so you can't cry now. What is the deal with this situation? Personally, a lot of people out there are not going to like my opinion on this because I'm kind of straddling both sides. I can see both sides of the argument. I can see that you were being bullied online because you kind of were. People were talking about your looks. They were talking about the way you acted. They were talking about this and talking about that. And it was, some of it is a little unfair, and I haven't seen too many basketball players get ripped for things that had nothing to do with basketball the way she did. So I would say there's a little villainy there going on. And at the same time, I see the other side of it, because when you embrace the villain role, certain things come with it. I'm going to tell you a small story. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, and anybody that remembers, back when we had the Bad Boy Pistons, that's the era between, we'll say, like 84, 85 through about 1990. They were pretty dominant. They only won 2 championships, went to 3 finals around that time, but they were one of those teams of that era. They were known to, well, some people said they were villains and they were dirty, but we in Detroit, we just look at it as hard work. You know what I'm saying? No, on a serious note, they kind of were the villains of the NBA, and they had to shoulder that. They had to accept certain things because they embraced that role. Even to this day, people don't give the Bad Boy Pistons their just due because of the way they were looked at, and they were looked at as villains, but they embraced it and they shouldered what came with it. Isaiah Thomas couldn't make the first dream team because of that villain status, right? And even now they disrespect the Pistons in different ways because of that status. So I can see both sides of the argument. Now, is Angel Reese doing the most when she's on the court? I've seen clips where she actually has gone a little too far. When you're out there and you're playing, I know things get heated and it gets physical, and you get to talking, but there's no reason to pull somebody's hair on the court, right? That has nothing to do with trash talk. That has nothing to do with the game. That's not part of the game. And when you hit people in the face and you're clearly not trying to go for the ball, that's a little dirty. Does that mean you're an actual villain? Some people will say yes if it's consistent, right? And being in layup lines, or not layup lines, I'm sorry, being in the line after the game, the handshake line, and you're still talking trash to even coaches at that point. See, people are going to pick up on that type of thing, and they're going to put those type of things on you when you are that way. So you have to keep that in mind. But at the same time, I don't want you to get bullied either, because yes, it's true that she has a certain personality, and it's true that she's in your face, no nonsense, no apologies, I am who I am type of person, and it works for her. It's even gotten her to a different place in our society as far as, her social media presence is evolving because of it. She's becoming popular. Whether you like her, whether you don't like her, it's all attention, and it's all making you more popular and more marketable. Honestly, in this day and age, back in the 80s or 90s, it would have been a different story. They would get you out the media. Nobody would want to deal with you. But in today's age, all attention is good, and attention is currency, as they say. So shout out to Angel Reese. Villain or victim? If I had to weigh them, because I'm on both sides, I'm saying the villain thing is a little bit little bit outweighing the victim thing. However, I want you to have a good life. I want you to keep getting this money. And if the villain role works for you, embrace it. Become rich off of it and laugh all the way to the bank like the Joker. You get what I'm saying? This is your man, Terrion Wilson, a.k.a. Brotha T. And I'm going to check you on the next one, family. Peace.